Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome to Going Vocal. So today we are going to discuss, language and learning English or any other language through your mother tongue and its challenges and its effects. So on the panel, I have here our whole panelists, Suresh, Hemant, and Anupam. And yes, we'll be discussing this particular topic. So, yes, Suresh sir, first of all, I'd like to ask you, what is your opinion about learning English or any language through your mother tongue?
Good evening, all. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak. As we are all eager to learn English, we must also aware the difficulties in learning the language through our mother tongue. Many non-native speakers find it difficult to learn English because many follow the unconventional rule of learning a language through their mother tongue. If I am a Malayali, I will start learning any alien language, for example English. I find a suitable word or phrase for a Malayalam word, and then I think about it, then translate it into English and begin to speak English. But as we all know, English is a phonogram-based language, and English has so many words used from other languages, taken from other languages. The word-to-word translation or phrase-to-phrase translation is not possible. Even in the case of proverbs also, there are no equivalent proverbs in other languages when compared to English. So what we all need is to start learning English through English only. There may be difficulties in the beginning because we may not find suitable words, phrases when we speak or write in English. But through constant practice, we can acquire by reading books, English books, or watching English movies. We can learn words, phrases, and even proverbs also. So that is the good way of learning a foreign language, especially English. And we have to dissuade the children or people from learning English through their mother tongue. Because if you start learning English or any other languages through your mother tongue, you may not acquire the skills of English, both in learning, speaking and writing. So also, now there are a lot of tools like in the social media, in the digital era to learn English, even for writing or speaking also. So when you constantly watch those programs, you get a knack for learning any alien language, and it is a fact that learning languages like Oriental languages like Chinese and Mandarin, they are difficult to learn according to many experts. I don't know what is the reason, but English is a language which can be acquired by any non-native speakers easily. You need not go deep into the grammar rules. Otherwise, you can learn English both spoken and written within a short span of time when you begin to speak English.
Right. I guess some of the issues that we have are based on the translation effect that we generally discuss. I would like to hear your thoughts on the translation effect, Anupam. Is there anything that you'd like to say about the translation effect?
Yes, thanks, Mr. Suresh, for your thoughts. Yes, I think one of the major reasons or problems that we face learning any language, not only English, that we translate things in our own mother tongue. Like someone has spoken something to me in English, in my brain there will be something going on, kind of a translation in my mind in my mother tongue, and then I'll try to say something by translating my thoughts into the native language or the language that I want to speak. And because of these translations, there can be a lag. I will not be able to speak so well or reply or instantly my responses to the questions asked to me. And this happens because we have a habit of translating things. Because I think the main reason is we stay in an environment which is kind of live in an environment where a particular language is spoken more. So in that cases, we are not used to other languages, and our brain finds things which is easier for us because it is made like that. It has to be easy for us. It does not make things difficult for us. So whatever is easy for us, it will take it. So I think the best way to learn a language is to go in a place where only that language is speaking. People are speaking in that particular language. Otherwise, it becomes difficult. Otherwise, we'll find some ways or some methods where our mind will find easy way to use our own languages where people are staying, and rather than using other language. But yes, I think that is how things are with us as humans. But I think the good thing is now if someone wants to learn any other language apart from English, we have some classes in schools as well. French, German, all those languages are being learned in the school curriculum right from I think fifth standard, and it gives us a good base that how to learn any language. Anyways, English people kids learn right from their starting age. So, but if to learn any other language, it becomes easier for them to understand the I think philosophy of how to learn any language. And once they have that habit of how to build your language on the language right from the beginning, what should you do right from the starting, and then in the middle phase when you are a little bit more comfortable with the language, what have to be done, like Mr. Suresh said, learning from the phrases, learning from the serials or the English by English serials or maybe movies. Through movies, you can pick some words, some phrases, how they are speaking, and those kind of things you can learn. And there is a learning path to everything, and language also has a learning path, right from learning the alphabet and the grammar part. Grammar, I think, is the most difficult part to learn for any language because in one language the grammar would be in some other way, in the different language it would be completely different. Like for example, we were just discussing about the movie DDLJ. So Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge in Hindi can be translated how it can be translated like a person with a good heart will take the bride. So which does not make any sense for a movie title.
Brave
So
heart takes the bride, maybe that would be a better option. Brave heart takes the bride. Or
yes,
good heart takes the bride. I think anyone who has the man with the good heart takes the bride and goes a title like that, I don't think will have any takers in the world.
right, exactly. Yeah.
I probably don't think even people from who are well used to the Hindi language would like to watch a English movie titled the man with a good heart takes the bride and goes.
Yes.
So those are some of those.
Yeah, and passage becomes
But it
difficult.
sounds really different when it comes in Hindi, isn't it? It's completely different.
Exactly.
It sounds more and more like it's natural, isn't it? It's more natural when it. Comes
We have a
in
lot
Hindi.
of South Indian movies that are there on OTT platforms. Those are translated into the Hindi language or maybe the English language, and the feel is different, completely different, I would say, because any
Right.
so we prefer to watch in the native language. Although I don't understand other South Indian language, but I can take the example of English movies as well. The English movies, if they are
Right.
translated into Hindi language, it's completely different. The impact and the
Right.
emotions does not match with the language. So that is kind of a thing.
Right. Being able to translate those emotions and the correct impact is very crucial
Yeah,
for you to be able to
Maybe technology can
build.
maybe technology can
Yeah.
do something on that part as well. Maybe AI is coming.
And you need good translators also. Definitely,
Right.
there are good translators, but a lot of them are not working on these things nowadays. I
Right,
don't think they
yes,
get
yes.
paid well enough. So that is one of the
Yes,
reasons, I suspect, because I have actually read the work of Friedrich Nietzsche. Friedrich Nietzsche is a German writer. I've read his philosophical works, and I can tell you they are incredible in the English language. But then again, I'm sure the German language probably handles them better. But they have a lot of depth in the English language also. So there are good translators. I think there was the poem of Omar Khayyam of Naishapur, which was translated by a man known as Edward Fitzgerald. And it's a very, very beautiful poem in the English language also. I don't know what its original poem, how its original poetry must be. It'll be good to know what its original poetry is, but its translation is impeccable. So there are people who can translate emotions and experiences into the right words and get you the right thoughts. So I think that complication can't be overcome if you spend too much time learning English or any other language through your mother tongue, because it's your mother tongue alone that is guiding you into that effect. So you don't get the powers to translate totally the emotions. So you need to have a mother tongue experience, and you need to have the English experience or the other tongue experience as well, and keep them independently yet understand how they work. So you need inner working, understanding how emotions are connected to words in both, and being able to position your mind independently on each without trying to go through translating directly your mother tongue to the other language. So when you have an independent kind of positioning of your mind in both, and you understand both languages, you begin to be able to translate the words completely. Otherwise, one language takes total dominance, and when it takes total dominance, you go through it and try to translate through it, and then you don't get the emotional experiences that you're looking for. So that is one of the important aspects, I feel. What are your thoughts, Hemant? What do you think about this concept of going through the mother tongue to translate? Basically learn a new language. What do you think are the positives and negatives?
Yeah. So thank you, Rahul, and nice thoughts given by my two friends here, Mr. Suresh and Anupam. Yes, actually, one interesting thought which is coming to me is even these English medium schools. What happens is when the English class, see the medium of communication, even though it is English, sitting in the class, the teacher and the students communicate in English. But what happens is once the class is over, say for instance you take Kerala, once the class is over, the students amongst themselves, they'll be communicating only in Malayalam, or maybe in not maybe in Delhi, or maybe or in Pune, that is in Maharashtra. See, the one-to-one talking that the students amongst themselves will be doing in their local language. So that is actually a big challenge. See, it is very few schools like say Lawrence Lovedale, and maybe in Ooty you have that famous school, I forget, and then you have the school in Kodaikanal where the entire communication, even inside the class and outside the class, is in English, because there they insist on that. But otherwise, if you take the general scenario in English medium schools in India, that is a big challenge. English is spoken only at the time of the class. Otherwise, the students amongst themselves, they'll be speaking only in the local language. So that becomes a big, very big challenge. In fact, actually, there was this movie. It's just coming to my mind. There was this interesting scene. There was this movie called Pranjiyatran. I think you must have heard about that. The main role was enacted by Mammootty. Pranjiyatran.
Yes, I remember that movie. Yes.
There is this role played by Jagadi, who is an English tutor. I mean, he's a tutor for all subjects. And there is this kid. He's a very naughty kid, but very brilliant. So, in order to mend him, Mammootty employs Jagadi as a English, as a tutor. So, this kid, this boy, he asks a question to Jagadi in Malayalam and tells him, "You please translate this to English." He asks, what he says is, my friend Mr. Suresh also can correct me if I make any mistake. Sri Achidanandan, Keralathinte Etramantha Mukhyamanthriyanu. That is, I think that was when this movie came. I think there was this election which had just taken place. So Sri Achidanandan, there was this famous. We had a chief minister of the Communist Party called Achudanandan. This was the information of Anupam. So this kid asked his tutor, "Please translate this to English." ശ്രീ അച്യുതാനന്ദൻ കേരളത്തിന്റെ എത്രാമത്തെ മുഖ്യമന്ത്രിയാണ്? So Jagadi is totally in a fix. He's supposed to be, he claims he's an expert in everything. So he says, the first answer that he gives is how many the chief minister. It doesn't work out. It doesn't in English. You don't have that. So I'm just
You can't translate that.
Yeah, that particular question, if you were to translate in English, it is very extremely difficult. So this I am just telling you. English is an entirely different language. It has, so as Suresh sir was rightly saying, when you speak English,
you can probably translate that something like this. Just sorry for interrupting you, but just before we forget, you can probably translate it something like this: in the list of presidents of the United States, where does Obama fall? Or where does Achyutanandan fall in the list of in the numbered list of chief ministers? In the numbered list of chief ministers, where does Achyutanandan come? So if you say something like that, there you have the number. So,
there is another equivalent sentence. What is the chronological status of V.S. Achyutanandan among the chief ministers of Kerala? Either chronological or what is the ordinal status? ORDINAL. In numerals, we have
okay, all right.
What is
that? So that will be a little bit tough. We have to be exceptionally good at English to understand the word ordinal status and the
ordinal status of V.S. Achyutanandan among the chief ministers of Kerala. Then the answer will be V.S. Achyutanandan is the 11th chief minister of Kerala, something like that.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So English is really it's a challenge, especially for Indians. However good you may be, in generally, so as Anupam and Suresh were telling, you need to actually experience it. You need to speak English. You need to think. You need to think English, and then you need to watch English movies. You need to interact with people who speak only English, as Anupam was saying. So those are the ways how you are going to develop. You cannot think. If you are a Malayali, you cannot speak English thinking like a Malayali. It's not possible. That is where the problem comes. I don't blame anyone, because normally our brain is tuned in such a way that we first think in our local language, isn't it? So this is the basic challenge I feel. Learning a language, a challenge. One of the challenges of communicating in English through a local language.
Right. Very true. And these particular challenges have to be overcome, I think, by getting you. See, in the beginning, I believe that learning a language through your mother tongue is really it's a good way to start out. If you want to crawl, like they say, the baby has to learn how to crawl before it learns to walk or learns to run. So when you start out, it's good to learn through your mother tongue. But at some point, you have to release your mother tongue from your mind and move into the new language. So that's when you begin to be able to handle these kind of tough concepts, like you just mentioned, like how many presidents before Obama or something like that, or in the numbered list of presidents, where does Obama fall? If you have a numbered list of presidents, where does Obama fall? I don't know, it'll be funny if you're asking the same question about the number of kids you have. Where does Mr. X fall amongst the numbered list of children you have? So you have to, now you have to think of something new for that. So, maybe in the list of kids you have, or the number of kids you have, where does your son fall, Mr. X, your son X fall? So something like that would probably have to be worked out for you there. So, but the thing is that learning, you finally have to learn to position your mind independently in each one of these languages in order to really get the crux. So that's when you start running in each language. You reach the stage where you can do that 100-meter run in each language. Otherwise, if you stay using your mother tongue, you get into a problem. I've seen a lot of people say things like apple instead of apple, because we are taught to use the R sound in that specific language, in our specific language, to say R instead of A. And since R, we have translated A sound is A, and we end up saying R instead of A. So A. So what happens is it changes, sounds like apple, and those kind of things start coming into the language. and that is a complication. And English is a different kind of language. Most Indian languages are different to English. Almost all Indian languages use their alphabet, and those alphabets keep the sound. If you remember, we had a discussion on this some time ago, I think during our sessions and things like that, where the alphabets retain their sound in Indian languages, and in many other languages, in fact, I think some of them do retain their sounds. But in English, the sound is changed by the alphabets next to it. Hence, it is called a non-phonetic language, right? It's a non-phonetic language. It does not retain the sounds. It is altered. It moves it changes. It moves in a changing pattern due to the alphabets right next to it. So those are some of the problems and the issues and the challenges that people who try to learn English through their mother tongue could easily face. They also have issues with the sounds of English, isn't it? Like intonation sounds. I don't know, Anupam, do you remember we had a discussion once on intonation? Like, for instance, if you say something like, are you going? That means you better not go. The change in the pitch in English sometimes means something else, which may not be the case in many other languages. I've heard languages like Japanese are all very flat and they don't have intonation changes like this in them. So, you have these differences in languages which some people may not be able to quickly absorb or understand easily, and may take it completely in a different way because of that. So these are some of the cultural patterns that surround languages, and we should be well aware of these cultural patterns. Like if you go to, and there is a lot of context also, like for instance, we learn English in a standardized way when we go to writing, but when it comes to speaking, there's a lot of other influences that get involved in speaking, isn't it? A lot of slang, a lot of general context that goes around speaking, which we have to learn in order to be able to overcome. So we need to use the language independently at some point in order for us to really excel in it. Is there something you want to say, sir? You look as if you want to say something, Suresh.
One thing I want to add, I think it is only in English language that gender specification is not prevalent. That means in Hindi, perhaps Anubhav say ladka khelta hai, ladki khelti hai. But for native speakers, he plays football, she plays, or he is an actor, she is an actor. But in Malayalam, avan oru nadananu, when we say declarative sentence, avan oru gayakananu, aval oru gayikayanu. For English, she is a singer, he is a singer, not gender specific. I think it is applicable only to English only.
I don't think English only. There must be other languages. We're not aware of all the languages. There must be many other languages that have that also. Lack of
Indian
gender.
Languages are Indian languages
I think
are gender
Indian languages, yes, have gender. The thing I suspect even Chinese and all have gender bases on them. I think most Indian languages have the gender base. Indian languages have a similarity due to their derivation from Sanskrit and Pali.
Hemant's opinion about Tamil. Let him say what is that Tamil language.
Is highly gender specific. You can tell it has a lot of gender involved in it. In fact, I remember once.
What is the Tamil sentence for he plays football or she plays football? നമ്മൾ പറയില്ലേ അവൻ ഗായകനാണ് അവൾ ഗായികയാണ്.
The same, like in Malayalam only, Tamil also the same.
Tamil is very close to Malayalam in that sense. But yes, I remember an event where I saw a person from Tamil Nadu, and he was standing. We were standing by the ferry, and then he looked at that ship, and he said, "Is a ship a man or a woman?" He asked the guy next to him, and the guy next to him said, "A ship is always a man. Can't you see? It looks like a man." With the way it was pointed forward, like he said, that aggressive stance makes it a man. I felt like laughing on the other side. So those are some.
It is more gender specific. Anubhav, ladka khelta hai, ladki khelti hai.
Yes. In that sense, we use gender on all objects, even for non-living things. We try to add those kind of gender-specific rules. Like for trains,
Okay.
we consider it as a female.
गाड़ी
Yeah,
गाड़ी
मैं ट्रेन से जा रहा हूँ, ट्रेन कब आ रही है, like that we say.
okay.
So that is how we use for
But in
everything.
English it is train arriving, train is
Yes,
arriving, she is
yes.
playing, he is playing.
Yes. I think for living things, I think it is in English as well. For humans, it is there. But for other
In
objects,
in olden days there was she is an actress, she is a poetess, but now it is only actor, she is an actor, she is a poet.
okay.
That is, like I said, language moves and changes due to the context around it. And politics in this, we don't speak the same English that was spoken 100 years back. And 200 years back, 300 years back is a totally different form of English. So it's not exactly the same at all. The attitudes, the things, the general culture around it, the fashion around it, all changed. So, we don't have those, that same thing. It's a highly evolving language. It gets a lot of inputs from different parts of the world, isn't it? It keeps changing because of its usage by a large section of the population due to colonialism and things like that. It became a bridge language. I guess they were all trying to conquer each other at some stage. And the British managed to do it a little bit better than the others due to their ideas around, I don't know, bureaucracy and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, they did a little bit better of a job than most of the others. And so what happened is that it became a bridge language. I think the Spanish also have done something in South America, but still they have not taken the kind of impact that the English have done because of America and Australia and the successes of British colonial movements. Where look at America is the most powerful country in the world, so it largely uses English. So even though the Spanish were able to take over South America, much of it is not really that powerful or that influential comparatively to the places that the British were able to conquer. So it became a natural bridge language. We do consider Spanish as some form of a bridge language, but it's nothing compared to what English has managed to achieve as a bridge between different cultures and people who speak different languages. So that is one of the things that is involved there. Try speaking English with one of your Japanese friends, your Chinese friends, your Russian friends, and so on. You might find a way to understand a different culture through this bridge in a different manner, or find something a little different in the way people handle it. So I don't know. There are so many language is a very strange thing, in fact.
Can we arrange such an interaction?
I don't know. We'll see if ever it happens. I'll think about, because what happens is we'll try to arrange something like that. Let's see. Let's have a look at how it works out. Huh?
German or Kazakh should your Germany and Kazakhstan. When I wrote the article, there's
right. That was some time ago. I actually forgot him. That was a long time ago, right? So I forgot the gentleman. Yes. That is true. I had a Spanish student also, and it was complicated to deal with him because he found it hard to understand. I think he needed more of his mother tongue, someone to come through his mother tongue before he was able to understand. So he was still crawling, I think. So when you crawl, it's good to have your mother tongue around you. So at that time, yeah. But it's good when even though you should have a teacher who understands the nuances of the mother tongue. So even while you're crawling, he should be able to tell you certain things. That you're learning this through your language, so you should understand certain things. That'll make it easier for a person learning a new language to pick up the nuances of whatever language he's trying to learn. The little differences, subtle differences that exist that could make large scale differences in meaning sometimes also. So that is one of the things. Okay, guys, I think we've come to the end of our podcast, and yes, it was good. We encourage our viewers to subscribe if they enjoyed this particular podcast. We'll be coming up with more in the future to entertain and to inform our viewers. Yeah. Take care then, guys. It was lovely. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.